And around the world to Midday News on Global Television. We're coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I'm Queen Agaba. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on Nigecomsat. President Bola Tinubu says the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, is committed to upholding good governance and combating terrorism. He made this known in Beijing, China, while addressing a high-level meeting on peace and security at the 2024 Forum on China-Africa Cooperation. President Tinubu reiterated Nigeria's commitment to promoting peace and security across West Africa, commending China's contributions to Africa's development through initiatives like the Belt and Road Forum on China-Africa Cooperation. Tinubu highlighted the importance of confronting the roots of conflict, such as poverty, inequality, and social injustice, emphasizing that true peace is not just the absence of war, but the presence of justice, equity, economic opportunity, and human security. Imo State Governor and Chairman Progressive Governors Forum, Hope Uzodinma, has advocated a political ideology to sustain democracy in Nigeria. Governor Uzodinma made the call at the unveiling of the Progressive Institute of the All Progressives Congress in Abuja. He says the Progressive Institute will play a critical role in analyzing policy proposals. Kike Loma-Okere was there for Global TV.
Officials of the All Progressive Congress, led by National Chairman of the party, Abdullahi Ganduje, arrived the venue for formal unveiling of the Progressive Institute. The Imo State Governor and the Chairman Progressive Governors Forum, Hope Uzodinma, says the institute will promote social justice and equality, dismantling the barriers of discrimination that have held back the nation. They added that the institute will serve as the political umpire that will ensure elected and appointed public officers from APC are constantly on track concerning adherence to progressive ideology of the party.
We are not just opening doors to a new building. We are opening our minds to new thinking and the new possibilities for our beloved nation. This institute represents our commitment to turning progressive concepts into real and better designed as a catalyst for social change. This ensures that our party, the APC, is always in sync with the social dynamics.
The Chairman of Progressive Congress, Abdullahi Ganduje, says the institute will serve as a think tank for the party policies as well as intellectual resource center.
It will also serve as the intellectual resource center of the APC, which shall carry out research-driven empirical training programs, as well as engage the international community, the non-state sector, and the mass media on the APC mission.
The Bishop of Sokoto Catholic Diocese, Right Reverend Matthew Kuka, commended the leadership of APC for establishing the center and advised that politics should not be viewed as a game.
See politics as a noble pursuit. To this end, our interest is to help politicians appreciate and value knowledge so that we can make governance a science, not a game of hit and miss.
The high point of the event was the unveiling of the Progressive Institute plaque. Kike Loma-Okere, Global Television News.
Zamfara State government has dismissed the claims circulating that it has provided a large sum of money to some notorious bandits leaders under the pretext of reconciliation and allowing the state government carrying out mining activities. Secretary to the state government, Abubakar Nakwada, made this known while addressing newsmen in Gusau, the Zamfara state capital. Global Television brings you details. Zamfara State has been a hotspot for illegal mining activities, primarily due to its rich deposits of gold and other mineral resources. The illegal mining operations in the region have been linked to several negative consequences, including environmental degradation, loss of government revenue, and a rise in insecurity. The Zamfara State Secretary to the government, while denying the report of engaging in mining activities, reaffirmed its stance on non-negotiating with bandits or any criminal groups in the state, adding that federal government's ban on mining remain a force.
Ordinarily, we should have ignored this, like we have ignored many other fabricated lies aimed at distracting this government from its commitment to rescuing and rebuilding Zamfara State.
The Attorney General of Zamfara State and Commissioner for Justice, Abdulaziz Sani, says the state government will take legal action against the mischief makers.
Coming to the issue of mining, you, the press, and the members of the public were living witnesses when an executive order was signed banning mining activity.
The Zamfara state government is therefore calling on the people of the state to stay united to face the challenges head-on, noting that their collective resolve is the cornerstone of strength and success of the state. For Global Television, Queen Agaba reporting. At least 1,000 women petty traders in Zamfara State have been beneficiaries from the First Lady Oluremi Tinubu's Renewed Hope Initiative program. Each of the beneficiaries received a cash donation of 50,000 naira under the program with a view to boosting their businesses. The Renewed Hope Initiative is the First Lady's pet project driven towards economic growth and better life for the women. The program targets women operators of small and medium enterprises, particularly women petty traders, who are considered to be the backbone of the economy. Plateau State Governor Barrister Caleb Manasseh Mufwang has announced the dissolution of the 17 Local Government Transition Implementation Committee chairmen, effective 6 September 2024. The governor disclosed this in a statement. The committees were constituted on 9th June 2023 and were initially scheduled to last 6 months, but their tenures were extended several times until Friday night. The Kaduna State government has partnered with the United Nations Children's Fund to support the Reaching Out to School Children project aimed at providing quality education to over 200,000 out-of-school children in the state. The deputy of the state, Dr. Hadiza Balarabe, who stated this at the signing ceremony at the Sir Kashim Ibrahim House, Kaduna, said the project was to ensure that children in the state had access to quality education regardless of their circumstances. Minister of Niger Delta, Abubakar Momo, has condemned the gun attack on the governorship candidate of the All Progressives Congress in Edo State September 12 poll. Senator Monday Okpebolo's campaign train, allegedly by a councillor in Ososo community at Koko Edo local government area at the kickoff of the party's Edo North rally. Anthony Mamadou reports.
APC governorship candidate Senator Monday Okpebolo has assured the people and electorate of Edo North of his unwavering commitment to end Edo youth's travails and the lack of basic amenities, as Senator Adam Soshomale and other chieftains of the party called on the electorate to vote out the PDP.
To keep Edo united. Edo has never been divided the way it is now today. Our traditional rulers are not respected. Do you want our traditional rulers respected? Yes! By the grace of God, we will do everything possible to make Edo happy and to return Edo back to a new Edo of our dream.
The next executive governor of Edo State, distinguished Senator Monday.
As it stands today, Akpakomiza will win the election in Edo State. Starting from Akoko Edo, where I come from, over 45 towns and villages. There is no ward you visit today that will not see an APC government project.
But I never tell you, I said that they kidnap now. So that be the reason where everybody will vote for APC.
The youths and other stakeholders in Udo, Obasuwa, Hussein, and Udo communities, respectively, backed the APC to change their fortunes and that of their communities with better policies, programs, and empowerment. They also expressed total belief in the APC's candidature to sweep the polls come September 21st.
It's a boy and a man that we can rely on, a man who can deliver Edo State not the people that are liars. The people of Ward 6 are expecting development. Only expecting, by the special grace of the Almighty God, is victory. And we have seen the difference between the administration of the comrade governor, Adam Sushumole, and the present MOU government. Despite the fact that we have somebody that they call the deputy governor that has been given to us from the state, we are proving a point that we are going to win the world. Not just winning the world, we are going to win the local government.
We are expecting roads, we are expecting boreholes and many other things. Primary school, we are dilapidated, but no reconstruction of all those primary schools.
The promise from the APC youth leaders, Edolite and other community leaders assuring the APC party of a total victory at the polls is a pointer to the support enjoyed by Senator Monday Okpeholo. Anthony Momodu reporting for Global Television in Benin City, Edo State. APC.
Residents from security-affected communities in Shiroro local government area of Niger State have reported that terrorists and bandits are enslaving locals to work on their farms. Leader of a terrorist group had reportedly collected over 20 bags of soybeans from farms in Alawa and neighboring communities this year. At an emergency media conference in Mina, the state capital, Saidu Salihu, secretary to the coalition of Shiroro associations, a coalition of youth organizations in the local government, called for the return of military forces to Alawa and surrounding areas to allow displaced residents return to farming. You're watching the Midday News on Global Television, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. When Midday News returns, Interior Minister says Kenyan school dump fire injury to welcome country. Details of this and more after this break. Please stay with us. In business, the federal government has announced that only buyers with national identification numbers will benefit as it commenced the sale of 30,000 metric tons of mild rice to Nigerians at a subsidized rate of 40,000 naira per 50 kg bag. President Bola Tinubu, represented by the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Abubakar Kyari, made this known during the flag-off ceremony that the rice intervention will be sold strictly on a one-person, one-bag basis. Kyari explained that the 50 kg bags of rice priced at a flat rate of 40,000 naira are part of the federal government's efforts to provide subsidized milled rice to help alleviate the ongoing food crisis in Nigeria. As Nigerians eagerly await the release of premium motor spirit, popularly known as petrol, from the $20 billion Dangote Petroleum Refinery, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited says it will lift the product from the plant on September 15th, but outlined factors that would determine its price. It says foreign exchange rates and market forces would influence the cost of petrol, stressing that the market had been deregulated. This came as oil marketers declared that about 2,000 tankers were still awaiting to load the product at various depots of the National Oil Company in Lagos, Warri, and Port Harcourt. Embattled former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, has filed applications to challenge the forfeiture of his assets to the federal government by the courts since his removal from office. The Federal High Court, through the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, has obtained a series of court orders forfeiting Emefiele's funds and landed assets. The latest of such forfeiture order was obtained by the EFCC on August 12, 2014, when Justice Akintayo Aluko ordered the interim forfeiture of $2.45 million in several properties connected to Emefiele. The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Heineken Lokbobiri, has stated that the availability of supply of petrol prices will result in the stability of prices across the country. The minister made this statement while addressing State House correspondents following a meeting with Vice President Kashim Shettima. Lokbobiri noted that the industry had been deregulated and the government is no longer setting prices. The spokesperson for the Nigeria Customs Service, Abdullahi Mewada, says the service collected 277.5 billion naira in import duties for the month of August. Mewada shared this information during the monthly press conference organized by the Strategic Communication Inter-Agency Policy Committee, which was hosted by the Nigerian Customs Service in Abuja. He further highlighted that the service also collected 15.8 billion naira in excise duties, reinforcing its commitment to optimizing revenue generation. On the foreign scene, schools were ordered shut from Saturday in the restive Indian state of Manipur after a rocket attack by insurgents killed a civilian and wounded 6 others. Fighting broke out in the northeastern state more than a year ago between the predominantly Hindu Midday majority and the mainly Christian Kuki community. The conflict has simmered since then, splitting previously cohabiting communities along ethnic lines. Hamas is called to exert real pressure on Israel to reach a Gaza ceasefire agreement as Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says there was no deal in the making. The two sides have traded blame over stalling talks for a ceasefire and hostage exchange as Netanyahu faces pressure to seal a deal following the deaths of 6 Gaza captives. Hamas's Qatar-based lead negotiator Khalil al-Hayya called on the U.S. to exert real pressure on Netanyahu and his government and abandon their blind bias towards Israel. Millions of Brazilians, including the president, have flocked to social media platforms such as Threads or Blue Sky, where Portuguese has become the most spoken language in the few days since Elon Musk's X was shut down in the country. Access to the social network, formerly known as Twitter, was blocked on Saturday amid a standoff between Musk and Brazilian Supreme Court Judge Alexandre de Moraes, who has made it his mission to crack down on disinformation. The powerful and controversial judge took the measure after Musk, who calls himself a free speech absolutist, ignored a series of court decisions. In sports, Minister of Sports Development, Senator John Eno, has lauded Onyinyechi Mark for clinching Nigeria's first gold medal at the Paris 2024 Paralympics, setting a new powerlifting world record in the process. Mark's phenomenal display in the women's plus 61 kg powerlifting category saw her shatter her own world record twice, ultimately lifting an astonishing 150 kg to secure the top spot on the podium. Saquon Barkley scored 3 touchdowns to spark the Philadelphia Eagles over Green Bay 34-29 in the first regular season NFL game in South America. Barkley, who joined the Eagles in March after 6 seasons with the rival New York Giants, ran 24 times for 109 yards and 2 touchdowns and caught 2 passes for 23 yards and a touchdown in a landmark thriller. That's it on the Midday News, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on DSTV, channel 365, Star Times, channel 276, and free-to-air on Nigecomsat. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. I'm Queen Agaba. Thank you for watching, and see you again.